does that.
He did break one last year.
It was the Falcons. Of course, it was going to break it. It's the Falcons. No one cares about the Falcons.
You can break the goalpost.
Sure, you can. You can. And Dominican Sue can go stomp on a guy's and just get like a little slap on the hand. Jimmy Graham dunks the football. Roger Goodell has had something against the Saints ever since that bounty thing. Ever since he gave Sean Payton the most ridiculous suspension in the history of the NFL because of the bounty thing. Yes, the bounty was illegal. I understand that, and it was wrong. But it wasn't cheating. Bill Belichick cheated. Used in-game film from the other teams and cheated his way to a Super. I think they won the Super Bowl that year, or they went really far. And he just gets a little. He got suspended for like one game. Sean Payton didn't do anything to cheat the game. The players, he just told them to hit harder, which is a part of the game, and he gets suspended for an entire year.
This has been another segment of T.N.T. Exploded. Also, in the preseason, they are going to experiment extra points from the 20-yard line, which will make it a 37-yard extra point attempt.
Will it freaking really?
Yeah.
Because the
yard line they're on plus 17.
No,
because the end zone is 10 yards. The kicker is 7 yards back.
I'd go 2 points every time then. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you got a whole lot more field to play with.
And you're 5 yards back, I think. Jimmy Graham's going to lead the NFL in penalties. He came out and tweeted that. He tweeted that. He said, I'm going to lead the NFL in penalties. Congratulations, Mr. Graham. I do love you, and I hope you return to New Orleans next year.
I think they're franchise tagging you.
They used a special franchise tag to where, like, if other teams want him, they have to give up 2 first-round picks this year and next year's. So if they want him, they'll go and try and get him, but I don't think Texans.
Then you'd get the first round.
We get the first pick.
No.
We would get Clowney. Could you imagine our team? We had Gillette last year with 13.5 sacks. Cam Jordan with 13 sacks.
Do the Cowboys and the Saints play each other this year? I know they play each other.
We do. I think we do. We'll let you know next week. Next time.
How about them Cowboys? On a side note,
some congratulations are in order for Mr. A.J. McCarron
and the future Catherine McCarron.
That has a nice ring to it.
Catherine McCarron.
Catherine McCarron.
One of the world's beautiful people.
Yeah.
Is off the market.
Unfortunately, that's not us. We are not some of the beautiful people of Catherine. I mean, I guess I am, but giggity.
That was my favorite.
Congratulations. Moving on. Not a big deal. No one cares. Y'all go have fun.
And that's the end of the football segment.
Yeah, they're gonna honeymoon Pritchard.
No, they're gonna look for the Crichton Leprechaun.
Could be a crackhead.
Yes.
Could be a crackhead.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Come out of a choking fit, and he points at me to start off the freaking segment. So,
are you ready?
Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, D-Generation X proudly presents the badass Billy Gunn and the road dog Jesse James, the New Age Outlaws! So, now for our baseball segment.
That was intense.
Miguel Cabrera is the new Bill Gates.
Miggy Cabrera is a lot richer now. What, 10 years?
10 years, $292 million.
He'll be like 48 when he retires.
He is making $560-something thousand a week. A freaking week! I don't even make $500 a week.
Me neither. He makes.
And I actually work!
He makes $49,000 per at bat. And apparently the state of Michigan, you only make $48,000 a year on annual income. That's the average for Michigan.
People wonder why Detroit's broke.
Michigan, he could buy Detroit. He could buy and fill it with a whole bunch of his Miggy children. Could you imagine?
Does he have? Is he married?
I think so. I'd marry him now. Jeez, it'd be $292. That'd be half
We
of that
are
would be
both
mine.
heterosexual.
Half of that would be mine. It's heterosexual until $292 million comes into play. Whoa.
So, time for round 3
Yes.
of TNT Exploded?
Sports talk. This isn't really.
This is TNT
This
Sports
isn't
Talk.
a. What are we?
Talk about my rant. What are we
Oh
calling that?
no. Yeah, we need a TNT explosion.
TNT
rant.
Explosion.
Explosive rant. Hey, there you go. That's good.
TNT Explosive Diarrhea. So, that face. TNT Explosive Rant. As mentioned earlier on.
No, that sounded like the eyes.
Oh, I thought you farted.
We are going to die.
Another segment of TNT Explosive Rant. As mentioned earlier on, I started umpiring this week.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. A little side job. Took over for my buddy. He can't do it.
How much are you making?
If I umpire in the field, it's 30, and if I umpire behind home plate, it's 35,000 per game. I wish.
I mean, they should treat you guys right. You're calling balls and strikes
It's
for.
park ball.
I don't care.
Anyway, so
If you're gonna have me do a job, my royal behind is gonna make some money.
royal behind.
I was gonna
We'll
say.
never be royals. So Tuesday was my first day umpiring ever, and golf clap. And I did well. First game I umpired was Coach Pitts. Next game I umpired was the next level up, whatever that is. Anyway, last night I umpired my third game, and I umpired with a different guy than who I umpired with Tuesday night. This guy's name is Duke, and I let him be home plate umpire. I umpired the field, and there's only 2 umpires in park ball. One behind home plate, one at first base. Whenever someone gets on base, the one at first base goes to second base, and then stays there until no one's on base. Well, in the age division that I was umpiring last night, they can steal, they can lead off, blah 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 blah. I think it's the first division that they can do that. So there was one guy on base. He was at second. He was going to steal third. When you steal third, that call is the home plate umpires. He did not move. He did not move at all. He just stood there. So I called him out because from my point of view, which was awful, he looked like he was out. I realized I blew that call. I have had people tell me that I blew that call, but it was not my fault. I did not have a good view. It was not my call to make. Well, the third base coach threw a fit.
Just so you guys know, umpiring really is as hard as it looks.
Yes.
Or it's harder than it looks, I mean.
Yes, umpiring is actually very difficult. But the third base coach threw a fit like he was a little 2-year-old playing baseball. Well, actually no, because the kids on the team were actually really nice to me. And you will understand in a minute. So he threw a fit. He starts jumping up and down. No, he was safe. He was safe. And the kid walks to the dugout. He was fine with being out. He didn't care. He was a little fat kid, I think. And I can say that.
I hope they don't. I hope the parents don't watch this.
I hope they do. And so he goes to the dugout. And no, you're not. And I go back to first base because there's no one else left on base. And then after all that yelling, screaming, and hollering, the kid back in the dugout, me back on first base, that third base coach goes, "Blue," talking to the one behind the plate. "What's the call?" Home plate umpire overrules me, which never happens ever, and goes, "Safe." So after all that, kid has to come back out of the dugout. I have to go back to second base. Long story short, after that, no matter what my call was, there was at least one coach. Both teams were appealing all of my calls, and it was irritating me to death. And so I was getting angry. And a little while later, that same coach, the initial coach, I don't know his name.
Coach Ball Suck.
Let's go with that. Coach B. No, I can't say that either.
Ball? What's wrong with Ball Suck?
He was. The team was the Pirates, so we're gonna say the Butt Pirate. The Butt.
Yes. We're gonna call them the Butt Pirates.
So the Butt Pirate.
Arrgh. little too far in the poop deck.
So the butt pirate, he looks at me a couple innings later. He goes, "Hey, Blue," and I was still angry as can be. He goes, "Blue, how many outs are there?" Now I'm gonna be honest with our viewers because I feel that I should be honest. I don't see the point in lying ever about much of anything.
We love you guys. For those of you who watched our show, we love you because we are just starting out.
You love us.
We have 0 real followers, so just
everybody that follows us we know or is us. So
we are probably half of our own views. So if you guys have watched this far, please go watch our past stuff. We'll appreciate it. We love you.
I didn't have a clue how many outs there were because once everybody started appealing all of my calls, I was done. I was just there to make the calls and them appeal them. And I didn't care who won, which I don't care who wins either way. I'm completely unbiased and I call it down the middle.
Well, I got money on them. These little 12-year-olds, I have money on them. So I kind of do care.
Don't tell them that. I wasn't saying don't talk. I was saying don't tell them. Oh,
anyway. I was like, who are they hiding? Are they here? Are the 12-year-olds here?
Oh my God. So, I didn't have a clue how many outs there were. But he goes, "Hey, Blue, how many outs are there?" And I looked him square in the eye. I was at second base. He was over by third base. And I looked him square in the eye from that distance. I said, "I don't know. Ask him." And pointed at the home plate umpire. And he goes, "What?" And I said, "Ask him. You've been asking him everything else. Why don't you ask him how many outs there were?" He goes, "What's your name?" And I said,
Laquan.
I said, "My name's Troy. What's yours?"
His name's Troy, guys.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, I'm Laquan.
I said, "My name's Troy. What's yours?" He said, "Don't worry about my name. I got you." He was a white guy, by the way. He said, "Don't worry about my name. I got you." I was like, "Okay, cool."
You got me a present? I would have threw his narrow ass. Get your little
butt pirate.
Ugly little raper and pedophile touching on them kids in the bathroom looking at it.
If you're a parent and you're watching this and you have a kid, if you're a parent, you obviously have a kid. But if you have a kid that's if you have a kid that is in sports, don't get into it. Don't be a coach. Because first of all, your kid probably sucks. If you're
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, I mean, most of the time when a parent is the coach, their kid's good. They let their kid start, whether he's good or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And their kid usually sucks. When I played park ball, last time I played baseball on a team, I was in 8th grade. We played a team who had the coach, his son liked to pitch, and the coach liked to catch.
That's some father-son incest going on there.
Butt Pirates!
What team are you guys? If you say the Pirates, I'm going to lose it.
What team were we? I don't remember what team we were.
Doesn't matter.
God, what team were we? We might have been the Dodgers.
Anyway, guys.
I think we were the Dodgers.
We live in Mobile, Alabama. We are surrounded by... While not all of Mobile is redneck, a lot of the surrounding cities are redneck. We got Theodore, Irvington, Satsuma, Saraland.
Chickasaw.
Chickasaw is not redneck. Chickasaw is ghetto. I live in the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
Anyway, those people in those cities I just named are the most rude people when it comes to sports. I'm very sorry, but I've gone and watched these baseball games, these 10, 11-year-olds, even 8, 9-year-olds, and these parents treat their kids like they're bringing home an annual salary contract that these major league stars are bringing home. And it's very sad because that's actually one of the reasons why I lost interest in playing baseball. Not my parents. I lost because of bullying and because of the coach, picking his favorites.
Baseball's all politics. I love baseball, but it's all politics. That's why I didn't play baseball in high school. I couldn't get on the team because I wasn't there all 4 years.
Well, I mean, I've seen parents yell at their kids because they forgot to, they didn't run right or they missed a ball because it went under their legs. I mean, come on. They're 8, 9-year-old kids. Come on now. Let them play for fun or it's going to ruin it for them and they'll end up growing up missing it, kind of like I did.
Baseballless.
Baseballless.
But what I